Question is, when we talk about lower consciousness, is that the same as Sutra Shudra consciousness that comes from the lower chakras? How can we deactivate this consciousness and work from upper chakras instead?
Okay. So do not think now, people tend to think that the lower chakras are bad chakras. No, no. We need the earthing of the Muladhara chakra. We need the fluidity of the Swadhisthana chakra. We need the fiery control of the Manipur chakra. Only by shifting from the negative aspect of the lower chakras to its positive aspects. For example, the Muladhara chakra in its negative aspect will make you very, very stubborn. But in its positive aspect, it will give you that grounding, it will give you steadfastness. Similarly, if we talk of Swadhisthana chakra, the negative aspect of the Swadhisthana will make you wishy-washy and you're not committing towards anything. But the positive aspect of the Swadhisthana chakra will make you more fluid, flexible, and creative. So there is a negative aspect to each chakra and a positive aspect to each chakra. And you need the lower chakras definitely as long as you're living the human life. Therefore, our first duty becomes that once we do techniques like Kriya Yoga, or we do other pranayam techniques, or we are following any path of meditation, then we start to purify our chitta. We tend to clean our mind. So what happens with that? That the energy starts to shift from the negative pole of that chakra towards the positive pole of that chakra. And once you are in the positive realm of any chakra, then it is easier with a meditative technique to raise that energy through the chakra. Till as long as you are in the negative aspect of the chakra, it will be difficult for you to raise the energy to the next upper chakra. So living in lower consciousness would mean living in the negative aspect of chakras. So what you have to do is bring it to the positive, then raise it further. Then as you keep raising it, you will realize that as you come to the Anahat, not only does your heart open up, but the ability to, the pranic ability to expand, to bring the, have the power to uplift the lower chakras also starts from here. So in one sense, you can say the lower chakras is the Shudra consciousness. No, you may not, it's best not to use these terms. All of these chakras are within us. Now, how do I work with them is the question. So firstly, well, let's focus at the highest chakra. By focusing on the Agya chakra, you can create enough magnetism in your spine and Agya chakra that it can automatically pull energy from the lower chakras upwards. And that is why that is the beauty of Kriya Yoga. Now, there is certain yogas which are called Kundalini yogas, and they work with the lower chakras and they work with the awakening of the Kundalini. But what Kriya Yoga does, it creates such a magnet at the Agya chakra that it pulls that Kundalini upwards towards itself, and automatically there is a raise in energy, and there is no risk of fall, and there is no risk of going here and there. So yes, it is, we have to work with all the chakras. We have to go in for the positive side of each chakra, and then we have to use the guru given technique to elevate ourselves to higher chakras. It's only heart chakra and above that we start to experience the higher states of consciousness. Like for example, from human consciousness, we start to understand what is super consciousness. When we start to feel the love of everyone, when our ability to love others start to increase, when our ability to stay calm all the time starts to increase, we are entering from the state of lower human consciousness towards the state of divine calmness and divine consciousness. From there, which will eventually we have to cross the Agya chakra to go into Christ consciousness and then to cosmic consciousness. So I hope that helps. We have any other question?
Yeah, we have one more question. I still don't understand the concept of a karma. How can I practice this by devoting all actions to God?
Okay. So, okay, I will give a very simple example of my own life. Simply the action that I'm doing right now of reading the Gita, of understanding the Gita, and of explaining the Gita. If I do not understand that the little I is incapable of doing this, then I'm trying to act, but it is going to be a useless action because I'm living from a lower state of understanding and I do not understand that the ego cannot do anything of itself. Okay, so unless I understand that God is the doer, that it is the divine consciousness that gave me the yearning to even pick up the copy of the Gita. For all of us, what made you go towards the Gita? Was it your action, or was it the divine consciousness flowing through you through your own thought, which made you go and pick up the Gita and look for certain solutions? So, as many times you are able to understand that whatever action you are doing, especially those actions which are going taking you towards divine consciousness, that are not being done by you, as many times as you remember that God is the doer, you are going to be in a state of inaction, because then the flow of energy that will go through you, the flow of intelligence that will happen to you, once you recognize this, your ego certainly knows that it is not you. Your ego certainly realizes that it is that divine consciousness is flowing. So you become a witness to what is happening. And only when you come to this flow of energy that is going to happen, even in psychology this is called flow. It is said that whenever you are taking up a problem, so for example, you are a teacher in a college and you have to give a lecture. Now if your knowledge matches your ability and matches to the energy that you can give this class in, if all of this is in sync, then your class will happen in a flow, in a state where you would know that there is a energy higher than little me that is making this happen. And yet if the challenge is more difficult, or if I feel I am weak in myself, then it desyncs. It is not, that flow is not possible, and that time the ego feels very stressed out. So how to understand that I am, whether I am doing action or I am doing inaction, is very simple. As per the Gita, is, are you too fixed about the fruit of action? So considering again myself, if I am too fixed on my class, and I before of my class I say I must be the best speaker and I must give the perfect knowledge and there should be no mistake in my class, there should be no technical problem and everything should go perfect, this is what I want. And when I give such a class, then can you imagine how much stress there can be? So same situation, you just put it in your daily life. But as many times I am able to let go of my ego and know that this divine flow will ensure that the right words will come out at the right time, I can be free in myself. And I know that I am not acting and I have no stress. So even if there are failures, even if there are difficulties, even if the light goes out, even if the internet gets broken up, even if there is a wrong relay of speech for whatever reason, but I know it does not belong to me. Therefore, I am stress free. And therefore, even though appearing to be acting, I am not acting. Understand? So I'm just trying to give my own example because, of course, I can explain to you in a simpler way that now this same situation translates for you every day, whether you are a IT consultant, whether you are a banker, whether you are a teacher, all of us have stressful situations in our daily life. But how many times are we really thinking, I am doing this, I have to bring out the solution, I have to find out everything that is going to happen to me, I have to control the future, I have to have this particular promotion, I want this salary? Or are we saying, I am just enjoying my job? Because all of this is actually part of the divine plan, cosmic intelligence, cosmic energy, everything is flowing through me. The fact that I'm alive is because cosmic intelligence and energy are flowing through me. The universe is intelligent and I am safe. I can trust the flow of life and I surrender to it. I just play my part and I enjoy my life. So here, this is, you do everything and yet you are not attached to the things that you do. That is the state of inaction, what Master is referring to here. And of course, the final and the true state of inaction comes as a result of meditation, where you know so when you raise your consciousness, as we say, above the heart, and you go to the point of Christ consciousness, and you go into the relaxation of that consciousness, you understand that this is the place inside of you where there is no motion and there is no action. This is a place inside of you which is beyond and higher to karma. And that is what meditation will give you. And more you can experience that in yourself. You will remember it during the day that you are that consciousness, you are that Chaitanya, which is separate from action, which is separate from the mind, body, and breath. And that experience will help you to detach on a daily basis from the ownership of action, from thinking that I have to control and I am doing. So I would say to easily understand this, try to achieve these states in your meditation. Regular meditation with the help of the guru, if you do that, you will come to that zone within yourself, and understanding this will become then easy. That's it for this question. Anything else, Captain Joy?
Next question is how to overcome jealousy.
Okay, so jealousy, the green-eyed monster, it's a monster. So jealousy, let's understand as to why we become jealous. So we are jealous when we think that somebody has something which we don't have, or they have something more than what we have. Now, it is very important to understand that jealousy is a relative situation. So, for example, if you want to have something that your neighbor has, and one particular day with your self effort, you are able to achieve that goal. But then everything shifts because the neighbor has bought a bigger car and a bigger house. So, therefore, again, your jealousy will come into play. And although what you have achieved, what you initially thought would have satisfied you, but it does not satisfy you anymore, and it has shifted again. So understand that jealousy and desire are very, very closely linked. Just as we have discussed so many times that you can never appease desire, you can never quench the thirst of desire. So similarly, as long as you have desire for more and more and more in number, more in variety, as long as you are not able to conquer desire, till then jealousy is like a shadow of desire. It is going to stay. So therefore, what can we do? So very, very important it is to understand, not only to acknowledge that, yes, it is very difficult to swallow the pill of saying, I am actually feeling jealous. And this jealousy is like increasing in me. If you can honestly acknowledge in yourself that I am jealous of this and this person, or of this organization, because of whatever it may be because of material things, it could be because of their appearance, it could be because of their relationships, it could be because of anything. So if you can sincerely acknowledge in yourself that I am feeling this emotion, this jealousy is in me, the next thing to acknowledge is that, is this feeling comfortable and convenient and easy on me, or is this feeling making me very, very unpleasant? I am very, very stressed out. It is causing havoc in my mind and emotion. Of course, we know jealousy will cause havoc within you. So now acknowledge that I have this problem, and this problem is creating so much unpleasantness in my life that I must get rid of it. So therefore, coming to the point where you get disgusted with your own jealousy is important, where you can clearly understand that this is not serving me anymore. And world is God's world. It is not my world. This world will not go according to what I want. I cannot control it fully, but I can control my own emotions. I can control these vices which have become like a monster in me, and they are trying to control me. Who is in real power? I, the soul, am the real powerful person. And even though I have no control over the world, but I will definitely control my vices. I can bring about a victory over this monster of jealousy. And then I start to work up as to what am I supposed to do. And of course, the first important step that you can and you should do is to increase your own energy, improve your own magnetism, and increase the positive qualities in yourself. So forget the world and focus on yourself. So self-care here is important. Now, most of us who understand Hindi have heard this bhajan, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें. So this is no selfish jay that you are bowing to yourself. No, it simply means do not be so concerned with the concerns of other people. Rather be concerned with your own health, with your own mind, with your own emotions, with your own kingdom of this life, of this body and this mind. And then start to sweep your own mind before you are even bothered to say that others' houses are unclean. Look at your own house of the body. Look at your own prana. Is it in harmony? Look at your own mind and create positivity from there. Once your energy and your magnetism and your thought process has changed, automatically the monster of jealousy starts to diminish. You will find that it is diminishing in you. It will slowly be killed, but sometimes it needs more help from the cosmos. So once you need more help, what do? You pray to the Lord. You say to the Lord, Lord, I understand that I have this difficult problem or this difficult emotion or negative vice in me, but I am fed up with it and I don't want to have it anymore. So can you please help me to remove this? Then automatically, slowly, with your prayer, with your own self effort, with resculpting and redesigning your own life, with of course then meditating and going inwards, you will find that this monster will stop to trouble you. But first important thing is you have to stand up for yourself and you have to say that I am not going to live like this anymore. And I will want to be free from all vices, not only jealousy, but I want to be free from worry consciousness. I want to be free from fear consciousness. I want to be free from my anger, from my irritability. Why? Because I'm fed up with all these vices. And now I want to wage a war which is inside me. I want to be victorious in this war. And therefore, I will do all that Arjuna does. So that means what does he do? He first invites Krishna. So I will invite the Lord in my own house of body and mind. Then I will prepare myself. I will practice enough self-control. I will practice enough tapasya. I will have enough firm determination. And then the combination of Krishna and Arjuna can win the war. That means divine consciousness, the prayer, and on your own self effort, plus your meditative effort, plus the grace of the Guru. So, surrendering yourself at the feet of the Lord and doing your best and being alert and aware. And also, one important thing that you can do is you can pray for the people against whom you have this jealousy, with whom you are jealous. You can actually ask the Lord to bless those people. You will find that the chains that are binding your heart and their heart together in the form of jealousy will break if you pray for them, and you can pray for your own peace and harmony. Once you do that, you will find yourself freer and freer and freer. And you will also find that the attitude of the other person will also start to change towards you. You will magnetize more friends, you will magnetize more loving people, and of course, you're moving towards God. So you will feel freer and better. So I think that's it. Thank you. Any other question?
We have one more question. In which chakra does fear and anger reside, and how can we clean that particular chakra?
Okay. So fear and anger are residing in more than one chakra, you can say. So like in the Manipur chakra, which is like the fire chakra, if again the negative aspect of that chakra is anger. And of course, both fear and anger are together in the Manipur and the Anahat chakra. So you have to distill. So fear, how can you let go of fear? Is when you turn towards love. So it is said in the scriptures that perfect love will cast away all fear. So what does this mean? Simply thinking of your relationship with God. You can say if you fully love God and if you fully trust God, then you have no fear in life. So automatically love for God has allowed you to be free from fears. And of course, we know love is the property of the Anahat chakra. So here, this is what you have to do. You have to start loving the Lord. You have to start inviting him to your life on a daily basis. That will help you to rise above fear. And also you have to use your reason. You have to tell yourself that, okay, I have practiced enough caution in this situation. I have done my whatever I can do in this situation. Therefore, there is no use of fear, because fear is a useless emotion. It will only drain my energy. So not only do you use your intellectualization, but actually it is pure love and God's love that it will help you to rise above fear. And anger is again, and the positive side of the Manipur chakra is self control. So anger has to be controlled by you only. Nobody outside of you is going to be or is capable of helping you. So again, the same steps come into picture. First, you analyze and you acknowledge that you have the problem of anger. Secondly, you can use pranayam techniques, you can use Kriya Yoga techniques that will help to harmonize the energy in the Manipur chakra. Once that energy is harmonized in the chakra, automatically the hold that anger has upon you will start to decrease. Then, of course, in techniques like Kriya Yoga, we take the energy up to the higher chakras, and then comes the loving energy of the Anahat. So again, if you bring in love, I would say, all chakras start to get harmonized. So on the one hand, you do your pranayam techniques, which work directly on the prana. On the other hand, if love in you increases, that is the most important factor that upholds the entire universe. It is above the law. It is love is the law. You can transcend all negative consciousness, all lower consciousness, all karma by bringing in love in your life. Love the Lord and love everybody. That's the first two commandments given in the Bible, where Jesus says the first commandment is love the Lord thy God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength, and all your soul. And the second is love thy neighbor as thyself. And all scriptures have these commandments in different languages. But if we can follow these two commandments, then everything will come into place. You will automatically come to a state of higher consciousness, and all the negative vices, you can say that you have already killed them. So learn to love yourself, love others, love God, expand your consciousness into love, dissolve yourself into love, and you will feel that you are free right now and right here. Are we done with the questions, Captain Joy?
We have the last question for tonight.
Okay.
As being said, that ultimate purpose of soul is to merge in God's consciousness. However, few lines of gurus said the ultimate aim is not to merge, but be a sevak of God in his abode, as like by merging in sugar, one cannot taste the sugar. Please clarify.
Okay. So first, I would like to say a saying which says, so once a devotee was praying to the Lord, "Oh God, if there is a God, please save my soul if there is a soul." So you're not understanding that there is God and there is a soul. And then, of course, your prayer will be like this only. So what is being said here is that now these are two different temperaments. One is the temperament of the bhakta and the other is the temperament of the jnani. So the bhakta always wants to have the I and you relationship with the Lord. I love you, Lord. I am your child, Lord. I am your servant, Lord. I am your channel, Lord. So whatever, so the bhakta wants to have this relationship. And therefore he wants to keep serving the Lord and he does not want to merge with the Lord. And that is also perfect. He is free, but he wants to retain a separate identity because he wants to have the I love you relationship with the Lord. And now, on the contrary, what the Jnani wants is the Jnani understands that everything is God consciousness and he is also made of the same Brahman. And it is his heart's desire to not exist separately because he wants to merge in the ocean of consciousness. Now, both of these are actually the same. It appear to be different according to different temperaments and different heart desires. God is our one Father who will respect your desire, who will respect your, what you want. If you want to have that I love you relationship with God, he will say, okay, you can stay like this. But if you said, Lord, I want to dissolve in you, I don't want to exist separately anymore, then he will respect that, and then you will merge into the ocean just as the salt doll dissolves into the ocean and does not have a separate identity. So it is the devotee's choice. So these are not very contrary things. We are children of God. And just as when we ask our parents for something, our parents do. So when the father takes the children to the toy shop And different children will ask for different toys. The father loves them all. So one child may pick up something like an abacus, or the other person may pick up like something like a cricket kit. Both are loved by God, and it's fine to be both, as long as they understand. Eventually, if you have realized that you are not separate from the infinite, that you are made of that one God substance, then whether you are merged in the ocean of spirit, or whether you stand apart slightly and say, God, I love you, both are the same. Let's consider the example of Mahavatar Babaji. His sister told him not to dissolve into the ocean of spirit, so that his body appears to be separate. And he said it is one and the same. So just by understanding that example, we know that it is possible to continue to have a separate identity, and it is possible to completely merge in the ocean of spirit. And it all depends on the heart of the devotee. What do you want? And God gives us whatever we want. That is the beauty of this creation, and that is the beauty of the God and devotee relationship. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Radhikari. That's all for today.
Great. Thank you,
Thanks.
great souls. This
Om
weekend,
Guru.
going to make a pilgrimage to Vaishno Devi. So I will take you all in my mind, in my heart, in spirit. I'll take you all. And of course, on the group, I will be sharing some pictures. So may Divine Mother bless us all. May our beloved Guru bless us. This is Mahasamadhi Day tomorrow. And may we always try to live in God consciousness. God bless us all. Jai Guru, everybody. Om.